experience. It's the teacher of all things. Its lessons propel you forward to overcome obstacles and learn how far you can go. It's what makes you, you. And it's at the heart of every Macquarie University degree. It means you can combine virtual and on-campus learning and personalise your degree. With courses co-created by industry leaders and degrees with inbuilt internships, you learn directly from those with experience. When you're powered by our collective, you get the experience you need to get ahead. You become more than just you. You become you to the power of us. Macquarie University.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you, sir. Welcome to this afternoon's graduation ceremony. It's a very important occasion, more so for the graduands on my right, but parents and friends who've come to support them. And that's great. It makes everything work well, and it makes it more relevant to the graduands. A few housekeeping matters. Please make sure all mobile phones have been turned to silent. We appreciate that. You're welcome to take photographs, but we ask that you don't stand and impede the view of people behind. We ask that you don't stand or walk up or down the centre aisle, nor approach the stage at any time. If we need to evacuate, please follow the instructions of the security staff. They'll be here if and when we need them, and we haven't if and when we need them for a long time, if ever. If you have left items in the cloakroom, please collect those at the end of the ceremony, as soon as possible. Today's ceremony is being streamed live on Macquarie University's YouTube channel, and that's beamed all around the world. And the response we're getting from various countries, lots of countries to be honest, is just really wonderful. Graduands, something else. There is facilities out the back, behind the stage, but you have to go outside to get to it, for family or individual portraits. Not just sort of snaps, but real portraits. So avail yourself of that opportunity if you can and you want to. Graduates, if you've ordered plaques or frames, please collect those at the end of the ceremony. And I believe there was, but I believe there might be a high definition copy of today's ceremony available as well. There might be a QR code outside that you have to scan and give them your bank details, of course, and they'll send it to you via email. It's in your Dropbox straight away. That's all, I think, for the moment. I need to talk to graduates. There is something I've forgotten. Can anyone remind me? No? You're no good. Anyway, I need to talk to graduates. Graduates, congratulations. Well done. And I'm sure you've said many, many times, I've made it. Yeah. You deserve it. You've worked hard, haven't you? Yes, good, good. So what's going to happen today? You are going to graduate. That's what's going to happen today. So what's the process leading up to that? The official party will enter the hall. They'll take their positions on stage. You'll be asked to stand for that. The national anthem will be played, and we invite you to sing with it, in the national anthem, and take your boaters off, or your bonnets. Okay, at the end of that, put it back on, tassel on the left. Don't worry if it goes walkabout. Somebody around the back will find it and put it in its right place. but generally they all stay where they are now because I think they're sewn in position. Okay, you've sat down. Presiding officer at that lectern will, the acting registrar will invite Uncle Chris Tobin to give a welcome to country. He'll come up to this lectern here and do that. Following that, the presiding officer will address you. And when he's finished, it's the Pro-Chancellor, I think, this afternoon. When he's finished, he will invite the occasional speaker to address you as well. Occasional speaker is like a guest speaker. Okay? So they will address you. He or she, I'm not sure who it is. At the conclusion of that, you'll be asked to... the presiding officer will seek assurances from the registrar that you've satisfied all the requirements for the award of your degree. And you have, haven't you? Huh? I'm sure you have. You're here. We wouldn't let you in the door if you didn't. So that assurance is given. Okay, we have, it's part of the process of getting your degree. You'll be asked to stand. That assurance will be given. The presiding officer will then confer your degrees upon you. You will change from graduands to graduates. And it's just a terminology. Now, I know some of you have graduated, if not here, then somewhere else, because you wouldn't be wearing red robes to start with, or doing masters. And if you graduated another university, I'm sorry about that. You should have been here. But you're here now, so that's good. Your degrees will be conferred upon you. You'll be asked to sit. An usher will collect the last row, take you around the back, where you'll be given one of these. Okay, our PhD is a slightly different folder to this one, okay? You don't have a hole in yours. You get that. Your name will appear there. And inside is your academic transcripts and maybe other paraphernalia that you have or that you should have. So we'll ask you to hold it like that. Now, if you have a mobile phone and you have a pocket, please put it in the pocket. If you don't have a pocket, and there are some here I'm sure don't, put it in your hand like that. That's your phone there. And put that in front and hold it like that. Okay, so we keep this open for the photograph. So you go around, you'll get this. You'll go up a ramp at that end of this, behind the stage. Okay, somebody will be there and check your name. I'll ask you to walk across to the presenting officer at that far lectern. There's a cross on the floor. It's just an indicator. It's not mandatory, but we ask that you sort of stand in that close proximity. Because the presenting officer, sometimes they turn around, and one, they want to see that someone's there, and two, some of them like to read your name in here. Okay, make sure it correlates with the name that they have. So he or she will read your name and then acknowledge you by doing that. Okay? Now, our doctorate candidates, the presenting officer will read your name, but read the title of your thesis as well. Okay, so don't leave that position over there until that's completed. Okay? And they'll do that too for you, and you do the same. Okay? So you walk across the stage to here. There's a position here for your official photograph. I'll talk to you later. You stand here for your official photograph. Now, by chance, if you come halfway across here and you realise you haven't done that, don't worry, you don't have to go back and have another go. Okay? Just keep walking across here to this position here for your photograph. Now, one thing about this photograph, it's the official photograph of your graduation. Okay? Official. So make it the best photograph that's ever been taken, okay? And to ensure that is the best photograph, smile, okay? And why I say that, okay, you might think it's a bit frivolous to say it. When you finish the ceremony, you go out, around the back there's half a dozen, maybe 4 or 5 laptop computers. When you walk off the stage, you'll get a card with a number on it. That is your number for the photographs. So you go to that little laptop computer, put in your number, and your photograph comes up. Now, this is the important part. If you look at that photograph and say, I don't like that, too bad, you can't come back and have another go. Okay. So it's a one-off opportunity here, so make it a good one. Okay? So when you have done that, when you've looked happy and pretty and handsome, and your eyes are open and your tongue's not sticking out and you're smiling, leave the stage this way. Not down the centre aisle, this way, down through that opening. Okay, and down a ramp. And that's where you'll pick up that ticket with your number on it for your photographs. Now, I have to emphasise this. I should have to say this, but last week, 2 people jumped off the side. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Okay, now, that's why the rope's there. But, yeah, well, that didn't work the other day because they walked around the end of the rope and still jumped off. So, as I say, it makes you wonder. Anyway, no, down through there, please. And did I say not down the centre aisle? Good, good. I didn't forget that one, did I? Go back to your row. You won't be in the same seat. So fill up the next available seat in your row, because if you're first out, you're first back. Okay? So whatever it is, you may not be in the same row that you're in now, but fill up the rows as you come back. Okay? Now, you 4 fine folk here, they're your seats from now until the ceremony closes. So nobody else sit in them, all right? They're yours. They might get really, really cross if somebody sits in their seats. Okay, that's sort of one of the privileges of being a doctoral candidate, okay? We can't give you many other than your robes and your VAT and your certificate, testaments, but no, they're yours. Okay, once you've all sat down, one of you fine folk, one of you people here, I think, isn't it, is a graduate speaker. Yeah, I thought I saw you earlier. You'll come up here and give your address as a graduate speaker. And yeah, and then when that's done, there'll be a musical interlude and a very fine piece of singing, and then the presiding officer will close the ceremony. They'll leave the stage down the centre aisle. Graduates, as you will then be, follow 2 rows at a time behind the academic procession. Meet up family and friends outside and enjoy yourself with some pink cordial, orange juice, a few other things to eat too. Okay, it's a light refreshment, afternoon tea, so to speak. Now, I think one thing about phones, I told you how to put them here and that in front of it, or in your pocket. We ask that when you're on stage, there be no selfies. Okay, we ask that. It's a not dead serious occasion, but it's an important occasion and a bit of a decorum. Okay, so enjoy yourself. Okay, have a good time, and enjoy and share with your family when you get outside. Well done.
Congratulations on your graduation, the start of a bright future, a future that Macquarie University wants to share with you. As a graduate, you are now part of our alumni community, a vast connected network that spans the globe with thought leadership and networking events locally and around the world, where you can connect with other alumni, find a future employer or employee. Also, as part of the alumni community, you have access to a wide range of benefits, including special discounts, free access to the library for life, an alumni e-magazine, special events, networks, and career and professional development opportunities. We celebrate and champion our graduate stories and achievements, so stay connected and stay informed. Graduation is an amazing milestone and one step on a lifelong partnership with Macquarie. That's you to the power of us. Stay connected by letting us know where your journey takes you. Simply update your details at mq.edu.au/alumni.
Hello again. Shortly, the official party will enter the graduation hall. When they've taken their positions on stage, Advance Australia Fair will be played, and we invite you to join in the singing of the national anthem. Could you please stand for the academic procession?
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair. Please be seated. Distinguished guests, I would like to invite Uncle Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional acknowledgement to country.
Thank you. Warami Miriga. Hello friends, and Nalawa, welcome. We begin today by acknowledging that we gather here together in Wallamata, the traditional country of the Darug people and the ancestral clan lands of the Wallamedigal, the snapperfish folk. I wish to pay my respects to those that went before us, our ancestors and our elders, and to thank the university for the invitation to come and join you for the acknowledgement of country. This acknowledgement of country for me is actually one of the beautiful and encouraging features of contemporary Australia, where we get the opportunity to pay our respects to Aboriginal people and affirm ourselves as a community or a nation that cares about what is right and works together for our common purpose, the social and environmental healing of our country. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman from the neighbouring Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. So he enrolled his daughter Bullangai, or Maria as she is known, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them there, seeking refuge during the brutal displacement of Aboriginal people throughout the 1800s. And the place became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now, it was probably better understood in more traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 250 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, no rents or mortgages, no armies, and no homelessness. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them, as they have done here in Wallamata for the past 20,000 years. So please consider, this is not a dream or an ideal yet to be realised. This is normal life for humans, and for the longest time, and not that long ago. So there is no good reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. However, we are a clever people, and there is still much magic in the world, I like to believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, we are naturally happy, and normally very good at looking after each other and the planet. I would just ask that you share your skills with the rest of us where you can, and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this, and I'm confident we can put together a world we can be proud of, and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine by winding up now and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you, and all the best in our collective futures. Have a lovely day. Thank you very much.
I am pleased to introduce Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research of Macquarie University, Professor Saki Pretorius.
Thank you, Chris, for your welcome to country. Welcome again, also to you, and thank you for always coming and opening our graduation ceremonies. We really appreciate that. Colleagues, guests, families, and friends of our graduates, and most importantly, all of you sitting here today about to graduate. It is my distinct honor and a pleasure to welcome you here today to this graduation ceremony. I bring our graduates and your guests a special greeting from members of the University Council, the governing body of this university. I hope this will be a happy and memorable occasion for all of you. Today we celebrate the wonderful achievements of those who are about to graduate. Completing a degree is never easy. You need an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination and perseverance, and you need to make many sacrifices. You have worked very hard to get here today, and you have every right to feel proud of what you have accomplished. We at the university are just as proud of you, and I'm pleased to be able to congratulate each and every one of you on your graduation. I also want to especially welcome the families, supporters and friends of our graduate here with us today as invited guests of our graduates. The fact that you have been invited by one of our graduates to share one of the great days of their lives is proof positive that you have been an important influence. So to our invited guests, congratulations and thank you for celebrating this great occasion with us. In just a few minutes, it will be my very great honor to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars that we proudly call Macquarie University. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Professor Catherine McMahon. Professor McMahon is the Academic Director of the Australian Hearing Hub, which brings together Australia's leaders in hearing research, education, and healthcare. This includes Macquarie University Hearing, Cochlear, Hearing Australia, National Acoustic Laboratories, NextSense, and the Shepherd Centre. And the aim is to transform hearing and communication. Professor McMahon is also the director of the Hear Centre, a WHO collaborating centre which aims to co-design solutions to improve access to ear and hearing care for underserved communities, including Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities and low middle income communities. She's an invited expert of the World Health Organization and lead the collation of evidence base to develop the inaugural World Report on Hearing and is an invited commissioner on the Lancet Commission of Hearing Loss. Together with Indigenous leaders and organizations, Indigenous researchers and professional bodies, Professor McMahon is leading research projects which aim to strengthen ear and hearing care pathways and reduce institutional racism. These factors will increase access to care for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children who have the highest rates of middle ear disease in the world. She is co-leading projects that bring together members of the Australian Hearing Hub and the Australasian Newborn Hearing Screening Committee with Thailand, Malaysia, and China that aim to implement or strengthen newborn hearing screening programs and pathways. This will ensure early detection and connection to comprehensive care for babies born with hearing loss. Moreover, it will address the significant burden of hearing loss in newborns globally. Finally, Professor McMahon has extensive experience in workforce development in ear and hearing care, which supports the sustainability of community-based programs with a local workforce which provides culturally safe care to the community. I now invite Professor Catherine McMahon to deliver the occasional address. Kath.
Thank you, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, and thank you, Uncle Chris. I would also like to acknowledge the unceded lands of the Wallumattagal clan of the Darug Nation. Esteemed guests, graduates and fellow academics, I'm honoured to be with you here today to celebrate graduation. Graduands, I would like to acknowledge your hard work, your dedication and perseverance, which has enabled you to reach this milestone. Families and friends, your unwavering support and encouragement is the foundation upon which their success and their future is now built. And fellow academics have shaped the hearts and minds of our graduates, sharing their passion for their field and an excitement for what lies ahead. I myself have had the opportunity to be part of graduations for the past 22 years at Macquarie University, and I personally love the time-honoured tradition that it holds. Graduation provides an insight into the lives of scholars past It pays homage to the value of education, and it celebrates the start of a new journey ahead for you all. But what is unique about today for me, however, is that I have the chance to share my own experiences, which may serve as a chance to reflect on your journey ahead. And I wanted to share a couple of lessons that I've learned along the way in my own journey. And the first lesson is really about finding your purpose and to do what you love. For me, I didn't know what I wanted to be throughout my schooling, so I started a science degree at Monash University in the early 1990s. And after 2 years of balancing my studies with university toga parties, camping trips, and other crazy social times, my dad took a job in Perth. So I moved from Melbourne at the age of 20, where I had a wide network of friends, and we were all looking forward to 21st birthday parties and graduating university together, to Perth, where I literally knew no one. This was a really pivotal time in my life, and it felt as though I was drifting and untethered, and I was really unclear about what the way forward was for me. But I made sure I kept busy. So I collected dive certificates from open water diving to dive master. I considered being an instructor. I started running, and I completed my first half marathon in 1 hour and 50 minutes, which I thought was remarkable and I've never been able to beat. I shifted my time from going out at night to body surfing at the beach, cycling along the foreshore, and forging new friendships. But I needed to find my path. I felt like something was missing. So towards the end of that first year in Perth, which was my third year at uni, my final year, my physiology lecturer, the renowned Robert Patuzzi of Lab 10 at the University of Western Australia, who was a renowned guru in the field of auditory physiology and an engineer by training, invited me to do honours, and I later understood that that itself was an honour to be asked. On day one, he walked me to this massive audio rig with signal processors, amplifiers, microphones, monitors that towered well above my head. I was used to only looking at a Sony Walkman. He handed me a large set of BNC cables and asked me to set up the rig. And I looked at the BNC cables and I really had no idea what to do. And while it felt like a short eternity, it was probably only 10 minutes went by when a fellow PhD student, Ange Halliday, who's now an anaesthetist in Perth and a personal friend, took pity on me and helped me to set up the rig. With Rob, I learnt the discipline of critical thinking and academic writing. I also learned how to deal with criticism and failure, and these are important life lessons. But at the time, I was unsure whether being a physiologist was right for me, so at the recommendation of Rob, I went on to complete a postgraduate diploma in clinical audiology at the University of Melbourne. And in fact, one of my lecturers there was the very impressive Professor Graham Clark, who developed the Australian cochlear implant and who's recently turned 90. After this, as a newly graduated audiologist, I actually returned to Perth, inspired by the work of Ian Henderson, who was a fellow audiologist who worked at Hearing Australia, which is the federal government's hearing healthcare organisation. During his holidays, he visited Karya Mulya, which is a school for deaf children in Surabaya, to establish audiology services. The project was funded by Rotary and included, for example, having a Surabayan dentist visit Australia to learn how to make ear molds. Apparently the materials that they use and the techniques are similar. And after 2 years of working clinically, I felt that I still hadn't found my passion and decided to pursue a PhD. I was really passionate about what we were doing in Surabaya and looked at ways that I might create a PhD around this. However, in 1998, about that time, the Indonesian president, Suharto, who was a military general and often described as a dictator, resigned after 31 years in power, creating really significant political instability. So instead, I found my way back to Lab 10. When I started my PhD, I genuinely felt, and I'm looking at the PhD graduates today, as though I would solve a major problem that would benefit generations. But actually what occurred was that I marginally shifted the needle to understand what could cause tinnitus and auditory neuropathy. Yet I was welcomed into the arms of a wider community of researchers who tackle similar problems. Ultimately, I found my path and passion in academia and hearing health, even though I felt the path was quite convoluted. Over the past 20 years, my research has shifted from animal models of auditory pathology to brain changes with rehabilitation and cochlear implantation, to more recently understanding why adults who have hearing loss do not get their hearing checked or obtain hearing aids, even when services are free. However, living your purpose comes with a deep sense of knowing who you are. So I would encourage all of the graduates today to reflect on the person that you are, your family, and the values that they have instilled in you. And think about what you can do to contribute to the generations ahead. The second lesson is harnessing the power of collaboration to make meaningful impact. So in 2016, I was really fortunate when my US colleague could not attend a WHO meeting in Berlin. So I was the invited hearing expert. I was fairly junior, felt like a fish out of water, new into the field of global hearing health, and had not worked at all in the field of global health policy. Fortunately, the director of the WHO Department of Aging and Life course himself was a fellow Australian and made me feel very welcome to the meeting. But what struck me at the time was the global importance of the work that we did and the opportunity for long-standing impact. What we were doing provided the evidence base of how to improve health outcomes through listening to diverse perspectives, establishing frameworks that supported equitable access to health no matter where you were in the world. This marked the beginnings of my now long-standing collaboration with the WHO, where I, as Professor Pretorius said, led the development of the evidence base for the first ever World Report on Hearing, and that was launched in 2021. Since then, I've continued to work on various manuals and frameworks with different countries to create a lasting and impactful change in ear and hearing health. But in working alongside like-minded people from many different countries, I started to appreciate the relevance of this work in strengthening our own healthcare systems for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. While Australia's healthcare system is ranked number 3 in the world for a number of different rankings, this has been designed with a Western lens. And in fact, it clashes with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander ways of knowing, being and doing. So our system is not designed to ensure that there's equitable access. There is deep mistrust in our systems, which have historically created deep inequities in basic human rights, and the intergenerational trauma of removing children from families remains palpable today. Racism remains in our systems and structures, and the net result is that our attempts to close the gap actually haven't worked to date. We've seen a little progress, not a lot. In fact, Australia still reports some of the poorest health outcomes for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. And in September this year, a report showed that the Aboriginal imprisonment rate in New South Wales was 10 times that of non-Aboriginal people. So we have a lot of work to do. These inequities are also evident in middle ear disease in Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children. It starts earlier, it lasts longer, and it's more severe. And because it starts at such a young age, it affects neurocognitive development, speech and language development, educational outcomes. But importantly for the work we're doing, it breaks ties with language and culture, making this a social justice matter. Yet this is solvable, and that's why I'm committed to working within this space. In 2020, I started working with colleagues who address Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander ear health, and today I have a team of incredible Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander researchers, team members, and really genuinely committed non-Indigenous researchers. For example, together with our clinical educators, we've trained the next generation of Aboriginal audiometrists, growing numbers from 2 to 12, and this is just the start. But these emerging audiometry leaders are creating a change in their communities, diagnosing ear disease earlier and connecting children to care faster. With Professor Kelvin Kong, Australia's first Indigenous surgeon and an ENT surgeon, and a personal friend of mine now, and Dr. Dawn Casey, who's the Deputy CEO of the National Aboriginal Community Controlled Health Organisation, we're leading the development of a national framework in ear and hearing care for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children. This can only be achieved with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander leadership, federal and state governments, and leading organisations like Hearing Australia to work together to make a lasting difference. In addition, with Indigenous leadership, we're working with professional bodies to address racism in our institutions in a project called Systematically Together Overcoming Racism Model, or STORM. And this project has indeed been stormy. While I love my work, the research we do and the people I work with, I am mindful that my experiences are not the same as those who I work with. When I finish my day, the experiences of ear disease and racism are not part of my life. Yet many fellow investigators experience racism and inequities in their daily life. In our meetings, they carry a greater load, a colonial load, in sharing their stories, even though this can re-traumatise them. I have enormous respect for what they do, and I'm honoured to walk alongside them in this work. The research takes time, it's built on respect and trust, and it requires deep listening and, most importantly, collaboration. Patience is a skill that I never really practiced. Life is fast, and I was always on my way for the next discovery or grant. But now I deliberately take the time to stop, to pause and reflect, to celebrate wins and mourn losses. I also reflect on the fact that my interests have come in full circle. I work with Thailand, Malaysia and China to strengthen ear and hearing care systems, continuing the work I started in Surabaya in the late 1990s. And as part of this, I work collaboratively with leading hearing organisations with global reputations, Cochlear, Hearing Australia, National Acoustic Laboratories, NextSense and the Shepherd Centre, all who form part of the Australian Hearing Hub. And in my role as the academic director, we're building a 5-year strategy to harness our collective capacity. All of this work has left a lasting imprint in my heart. To have met and yarned with Aboriginal elders and leaders is remarkable. One Aboriginal elder, Uncle Bo Rambaldini, very kindly presented at a panel discussion that I held for Reconciliation Week this year. My 15-year-old daughter was in the audience. Upon hearing it was Uncle Bo's 70th birthday that day, she invited him to our house for dinner to celebrate despite only recently meeting him. He came and she baked his favourite cake. I wanted to conclude by reflecting on the many experiences that all of you would have had at Macquarie University, a university known for its vision of service, engagement and empowerment, and moreover its strong collaborative approach to solving global challenges. Certainly from my department, the Department of Linguistics, we have a strong focus on social justice and equity. In an irrevocably changed global landscape where there's growing intolerance to diversity, equity and social justice, I would encourage you to lead a life of purpose, collaborate with those around you and make an impact that has a lasting effect on this world. Thank you.
Professor McMahon, thank you very much for sharing your own personal journey. Although we work very closely together, it was good to hear your journey. And to you graduates, if that is not a purposeful, strategic, meaningful outcome of a career, then I don't know what it is. So thank you very much. As Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at ceremonies like that, like this one, and conferring degrees on those who have complied with the university requirements. I now call on our Acting Registrar, Professor Taryn Jones, to formally certify the eligibility of those who have met the requirements for those awards.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees to which they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority as Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research. The graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences. I now call on Professor Verity Pacey, Associate Dean, Graduate Health Education at the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences to present the graduates. Professor Pacey.
Pro-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences, which contains 2 schools, the School of Psychological Sciences and Macquarie Medical School, and 3 departments, Chiropractic, Health Sciences and Linguistics, as well as a research institute, the Australian Institute of Health Innovation. The faculty is also host to the Woolcock Institute of Medical Research, which is a world leader in breathing and sleep research. The faculty is a core component of the Macquarie University Health Sciences Centre. This is a unique academic health enterprise in Australia, as Macquarie is the only university that integrates its learning and research with clinical practice here on campus at our own health service called Macquarie University Health. Macquarie University Health provides the opportunity for students enrolled within the faculty to learn or to undertake research in an environment where real clinical practice is occurring. The faculty is proud of the way it integrates its learning and its health and medical research with patient care, captured by the purpose of Macquarie University Health in 3 words: heal, learn, discover. In research, the faculty has particular strengths in neurosciences, cancer, clinical trials, psychological sciences, and health systems research. Students in the faculty are studying one of 9 undergraduate degrees or a larger number of postgraduate coursework or research degrees. These include our Doctor of Medicine, our Masters in Postgraduate Psychology, and Masters in Applied Linguistics and TESOL and Translating and Interpreting. We also have the Master of Research and our premium research degree, the Doctor of Philosophy. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences, whom you have admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. I present graduates admitted to the degree of, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research. I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences, whom you have admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Linguistics and Language Sciences, Jamila Harvey. Georgia Roberts. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Speech and Hearing Sciences, Gina Lee. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Cognitive and Brain Sciences and Bachelor of Psychology, Serena Maya Aragui Soto. Thomas Horn. On sang April Nicole Yoi. Mahalia Mal. Rosario Perez Christie. Georgia Russell. Madison Sharp. Alicia Thomas. Jessica Van Morkiken. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Speech and Hearing Sciences and Bachelor of Marketing and Media, Sienna Austin. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Speech and Hearing Sciences and Bachelor of Psychology, Tanisha Jones. Angela Lai. Anastasia Scholes. Jessica Tran. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Linguistics and Language Sciences. Si Yi Tao. Yanissa Jaklom. Xin Li. Shi Lu. Claudia Prosnicki. Jingdi Wang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychology, Sophie Akari. Kiana Barati. Harry Blair Rath. Chelsea Bodie. Hayley Carr. Maria Casado Salvador. Felicia Katharina. Lachlan Chan. Siobhan Chia. Ayo Chinmoth. Miles Delit. Carla Elmasian. Aya Faraci. Thomas Farrow. Benjamin Fletcher. Judith Fung. Shalina Gandham. Lauren Griffiths. Yash Gupta. Madison Henman. Billy Higson. Monique Huang. Tuhida Hussain. Anastasia Hunter. Lojang Khatib. Darbin Kim. Thomas Carl Robertson. Kimberly Laidlaw. Joshua Lee. Grace Leota. Yan Liang. Angus Lowe. Irene Magliveris. George Macris. Lucy McDonnell. Mokasoy Moranti. Therese Narkad. Yashna Narayan. Mintu Nguyen. Christian O'Grady. Abby O'Shea. Sarah Ozdemir. Matilda Pete. Noah Pomenti. Leela Rachidi. Pashan Nakit Rugdi. Sky Rogers. Maxon Rodriguez. Therese Saab. Suhaib Sabwari. Jasmine Sebo. Bupavan Singh Maung. Suhani Singh. Ashley Smith. Sayuni Uyangoda. Maya van der Meeden. Antonia Vlatko. Talia Walsh. Jacob Williams. Ella Wanacott. Wei Lam Yip. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Speech and Hearing Sciences. Hania Abdul Rahim. Jasmine Adams. Mariam Al-Farhad. Mariam Assad. Laura Arwood. Mariana Bishara. Nandi Chan. Ellie Chantalusi. Simran Chowdhury. Eva Christensen. Emily Kropp. Nikita D'Souza. Lauren El Lassi. Christina Fondacaro. Alana Grech. Arabella Gutierrez. Georgia Harries. Daniela Carla. Sangjin Kim. Ruth Lau. Janvi Maharaj. Jessica Moore. Kayleen Musica. Caitlin Rambukwala. Olivia Robinson. Nicolina Sipka. Hayley Morgan Tan. Bridget Ubowdi. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Nimesh Virma. Julia Watt. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Applied Linguistics and TESOL, Mai Hao Kao. Jessica Cobcroft. China Fukuda. Nu Hao Lei. Tan Bo Yi Lei. Viet My Hien Lei. Akavan Mijani. Min Shui Mo. Chontitha Mukdahan. Ho Tan An Nguyen. Titu Ha Pham. Araka Sayed Mushawe. Mamdua Hussein Sharita. Laura Taysir. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Clinical Audiology. Manpreet Kaur. Joshua Masika. Godly Puvutingal Gigi. Vaishali Rugina. Stephen Tang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Clinical Neuropsychology. Kynwin Attrell. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Lucinda Drynan. Stephanie Glynn. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Lara Graves. Natasha Hills. Elise Jones. George Karapetsis. Jared Morris. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Minji Park. Kathleen Rolfe. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Nadia Sweetnam. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Translation and Interpreting Studies, In Hai Cho. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Translation and Interpreting Studies Advanced, Shun Jin. Yu Wen Pu. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Della Goswell, for a thesis entitled Balancing the Scales, an investigation of Auslan English interpreters managing lexical and knowledge asymmetries in legal discourse. Dr. Wendy Higgins, awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Postgraduate Research for a thesis entitled Measurement in Crisis, a critical evaluation of measurement validation practices in the psychological sciences. Dr. Rona Pillay, for a thesis entitled Team Collaboration and Interaction in the Operating Theatre, a Conversation Analytics Study. Dr. Ju Shaye, awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Postgraduate Research for a thesis entitled Children's Logical Interpretations of Complex Sentences. Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research. That completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences.
Just giving our graduate speaker a moment to get round. We should have stopped her. Catch your breath. Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research. I now call on Dr. Zhu Xi, who graduated today with a Doctor of Philosophy, to speak on behalf of the graduates. Dr. Xi.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, members of the university, fellow graduates and guests, good afternoon. It's a great honor to speak on behalf of the graduates on this special day. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of the graduates on reaching this incredible milestone. Today, we graduate from a university proudly ranked in the top 1% worldwide. Macquarie University is known not only for its academic excellence, but also for encouraging innovation, global impact, and respect for science, people, and diversity. This has shaped the university's reputation and our own journeys. My own story with Macquarie started a few years ago when I left China and arrived in Australia, beginning my study of child language acquisition, which is a window into human language. That's when I stepped into a bigger world, one I had never imagined I would be part of. Being far from family made everything here feel even more meaningful. The guidance and respect I received from my supervisors, the friendships I built, and the experiences I had all started at Macquarie University. For that, I would like to thank this wonderful university for providing those opportunities and everyone who supported me along the way. To my fellow graduates, I want to thank each of you, those I saw in the library late at night, those I passed on campus, and especially those sitting here today. Your presence reminded me I was not alone on this journey, and today I feel a deep sense of belonging because of you. That's the quiet power of community. For some of us, this journey might include loneliness, uncertainty about the future, or even loss. If that's your story, be proud of how far you have come. The road is not always smooth, but when we keep going, we give ourselves the chance to grow, to overcome, and to celebrate moments like today. If we are unsure about what comes next, that's okay. Today proves we have the ability to achieve what we set out to do, and we will find the strength along the way. So as we step into the next chapter, may we carry forward not only what we have learned, but also courage, resilience, and of course, the pride of being part of Macquarie's global story. Thank you, and once again, congratulations to all of us.
Dr. Zhu, thank you very much for those inspirational words and your reflections on your studies here. Just a message to the people who are not in sort of maroon gowns. There's an aspiration for you waiting. There are people here on this dais that are eagerly waiting for you to enroll in the next degree. But let me first ask, please join me to congratulate our speaker today, Dr. Zhu.
Oh, mia
It's goosebumps beautiful, isn't it? It's Angela is the secret source of Macquarie's graduations. So that beautiful voice, distinguished guests, belongs to Angela Brewer, and she is also the director of Coast Opera Australia. Angela, thank you so much. Do you want to hear it again? More? You have to enroll for more degrees. Please also join me in thanking our musicians. On the organ, Heather Boyd. Heather. And the trumpet, Melanie McLaughlin. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank the representatives from our alumni community who have generously offered their time to ensure that the day runs smoothly so that you can celebrate this occasion. Can I ask them just to stand? They're working somewhere. So thank you very much, alumni. And finally, please join me. And finally, please join me in thanking our technical staff who ensure that the proceedings can be seen and heard, not just for all of you here today, but for those watching the event on live stream. Thank you so much, technical team. Graduates, this ceremony marks a change in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it is also certainly not the end of your association with us. From today onwards, you now will be part of a much bigger Macquarie University family. Our alumni network, which is over 243,000 graduates strong, spanning 150 countries around the globe, welcomes you to the fold. This is the beginning of the rest of your lives. We will look forward to seeing you back on campus, to attend alumni events, listen carefully, to undertake further study, look at the front row, or just simply come and visit this beautiful campus of Macquarie University and reflect and reminisce on your time here as a student at this wonderful university. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it comes with responsibilities. I urge you to commit yourself to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry. I urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. I urge you to continue the hard work that has already brought you so far. My hope is that as graduates of Macquarie University, you will use what you have learned here, not only for yourselves and the benefit of yourselves, but for the benefit also of the community and the betterment of the community. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. It is also my hope that you always remember the people who have helped you along the way, many of whom are here today. So, to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm going to ask you to do a few things. Now, I want you to place your testaments on your seat while you're standing up. And now I would invite you to turn around and face your families and friends and supporters and give them a mighty round of applause. You can now turn around, but don't sit down just yet. Here on the stage are representatives of our academic staff who have supported you throughout your journey. Please join me in thanking them. Graduates, remain standing, but do pick up your testaments from the seat behind you, since the official party will soon leave the hall, followed by the graduates. As we do, Heather Boyd will play the traditional recessional music of graduation, which has been played for centuries at ceremonies like this. There is an age-old set of Latin lyrics, which begins with Gaudimus igitur dum sumus ivus. In the translation, this graduation exit song starts out with, "Therefore, let us rejoice. We will always be young." That would be wonderful, isn't it? Let us always be young. The song speaks in a whimsical way of youth and old age at the very same time, and the brevity of life and the inevitability of death, of state and city, and of happiness. Again, to the graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and every best wish for the futures filled with success, satisfaction, and most importantly, happiness. I would also like to thank our future students who are eager to grow up quickly and come and enroll in this university. You're very welcome at this university. I heard a few voices and I understand your enthusiasm. Now, might I ask everyone to please stand? Shortly, I will lead the official party out, to be followed by the graduates, and then I invite you to follow the graduates out to the area around the graduation hall for very light refreshments. I do want to point out that it's financial tough times, so it's light refreshments. So in closing today's celebration of your achievements, I say again, Gaudimus igitur, therefore let us rejoice.